So the rules are still the same. So can 2 be simplified? No, okay? So 2 is one of those numbers. Remember we had 2, 3, 5, and 7, okay? Now, because it's already a 2, we cannot simplify it anymore. However, there is, right here, see how this has a negative? There's a 1 in front of that. So there's really a 1 right here and a 1 right here, okay? Now, the rule with simplifying radicals for addition and subtraction is that if the number on the inside of the radical is the same, then you can combine the outsides together. Okay, so the number on the inside of a radical is what? 2. Do they both have a 2?
Yeah.
Then we can combine the outsides. So what is -1 minus 1?
2,
Negative 2. So really it's going to be -2. Okay, because we can combine these two, and then the inside is going to stay the same, square root of 2. Okay, so look at number 3. Are the insides the same? Well, can they be simplified, first of all?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so we can combine the outsides then because they're the same. So -2 minus 2?
4.
-4 square root of 2.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking.
Wait, so if the inside is the same, you can combine the outsides? Or
Yes.
The outside's got to be the same. So like
No.
number
Well, hold on, guys, just slow down. Okay, look at number 5. Are the insides the same?
No.
No. Okay, so our first step, can 2 be simplified? No, but the 8 can. What are some factors of 8? 2 and 4. 2 and 2. Okay, so what is our group number? 2. There's no number here, so we know that it's a 2. Okay, we can also add some 1s where?
In front of the negative.
Okay, so this is going to be -1 square root 2. Okay, minus that 1. Okay, now deal with your groups. Who can go?
2.
A group of 2s. Okay, so that's going to go on the outside. Square root, and we have 1, 2 left. Okay, now see how these are together? What do you do with numbers that are together? Multiply them. So 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so you're going to get -1 square root 2 minus 2 square root 2. Now, are our insides the same? Yes, so now you can combine the outside. What is -1 minus 2? -3 square root 2.
That's right.
Okay, look at 7. Can we simplify the 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we already know what that simplification is. What is it?
2.
2 square root of 2. Okay, so this thing right here is going to become 2 square root of 2. Okay, we have this negative. And then you got -2 square root 2. Are our insides the same? Yeah. Okay, so we can combine the outside. So what is -2 minus 2? -4 square root 2.
How do you get that 2 on the
We don't have one right there. Oh, shoot, I put a 1. It's supposed to be a 1. This is supposed to be a 1.
Yeah, I was wondering why you got a 2.
I don't know. Okay, so it should be -3 square root 2. Okay, flip it over. Look on number 9. Are the insides the same and or can they be simplified? They're the same. Can they be simplified? No. Okay, so it's going to be -1 minus 1.
So it's -2 squared.
Square root 2. Good. Okay, look at 11. Okay, can the insides be simplified?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do this 2 ways. You can simplify first, okay, or you can put the outsides together first, okay, but either way, you're gonna have to simplify that inside, okay? So my suggestion would be to do the outside part first. So what is 2 minus 1? 1 square root 8, okay? Now, the 8 can be simplified, okay? What are some factors of 8? 2 and 4, 2 and 2, okay? So who can go?
2, 1, 2.
Okay, so that 2 is going to go on the outside, and we got a 2 on the inside. Okay, don't forget, if there's already a number on the outside, then you need to drop it down to multiply. So 1 times 2 is still 2 square root 2. Okay, it didn't change anything in this case, but
So it's
okay, look at 13. Okay, what can we combine?
that's the answer.
The twos.
We can combine the 2s. So negative 2 minus 2.
Another one, 2.
No,
Why not?
why can't we do the other one? In order to combine,
Two groups.
okay, in order to combine, you have to have what?
You have more than.
They gotta be the same. So I can't put this guys with this one because it doesn't have a 3 underneath. Okay, so these ones can get combined because they both have square root of 12. Okay, he can't get combined yet because it says square root of 3. Okay, so negative 2 minus 2, negative 4. So you're gonna have 2 square root of 3 minus 4 square root of 12. Okay, now we can't combine those because this is a 3 and this is a 12, okay? But we can simplify that 12, okay? So what are some factors of 12? 2 and 6,
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, so who can go?
2 and 2.
Okay, my first thing I would tell you would be to write all this down. Negative 2 square root 3 minus 4. Then put your square root, okay? And then put your stuff where it goes. Okay, so you said a group of 2s can go, so they're gonna go here. Who cannot go? The 3. Okay, now, what do we need to do with this 4 and 2? Times. Okay, so 4 times 2 is gonna be 8. So you got 2 square root 3 minus 8 square root 3. Now, do they have the same number underneath the square root? Yes, so now we can put them together. So what is 8 or 2 minus 8? Negative 10 square root 3. Okay, look at 15. What 2 can we put together? The 12s. Okay, so negative 1 minus 1. What am I going to get? Negative 2 square root 12 minus, and I'm going to put a 1 square root 8. Okay, what are some factors of 12? 2 and 6, 2 and 3. What about the 8? 2 and 4, 2 and 2. Okay, so we can go ahead and drop our big numbers down. I got negative 2 square root minus 1 square root. Okay, notice how I left some space because some stuff's going to go on the inside and the outside. Okay, if we're dealing with this 12, who can go?
2.
A group of 2s. Okay, so we're going to put them here. Who cannot go?
3.
The 3. Okay, what about the 8? Who can go?
2.
A group of 2s. Who cannot go? 2. Okay, now what do we do?
2 and 1. No way.
2 and 2 is going to be negative 4 square root 3. What about for this one?
Negative 1 and 2.
Yep, so you're going to get negative 2 square root 2. Okay, can we still combine?
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
it's not the same. This one's got a 2 on the inside, this one's got a 3 on the inside. So this is as far as you can go. Okay?